Hi everyone. Welcome back to the Emerald Oracle. I'm Elena and I've got a love reading set up here. Today we're going to ask the angels and spirit guides, what can you expect from this love connection? So for those of you either seeing someone steadily in a relationship or on and off, it's for those involved with a particular person and wanting to see where the relationship is headed. Like if we're headed toward any real commitment, possibly even marriage, if that's something you so desire. Okay, so we're going to ask the angels and spirit guides to guide us on that with this pick a card reading. And before I get going, I want to just remind everybody to please subscribe. That'll enable me to keep providing these videos and making them, and like and share, and don't forget to hit the bell that will notify you when I have new videos up. Okay, so please subscribe and all of that good stuff, the likes and the shares. I really appreciate so far all your support and all the feedback. It's been wonderful. All right, so let's get going. All right, so we've got 3 sets of cards here, and we've got set of cards 1, 2, and 3. On set of cards number 1, we've got a rose quartz. Set of cards number 2, we have an emerald. And set of cards number 3, we have chevron amethyst. So I would like you to now clear your mind. Picture a blue sky or clear white sheet of paper. Take a second, take a couple of deep breaths, and then you're just going to choose from pile 1, 2, or 3. I'll give you a second to do that. Okay, so we're going to get going with set of cards number 1. Let's start with you guys. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to set this aside. Let's see what we've got coming up with your relationship or the person that you have been dating or seeing. It can be on and off, or it can be on a regular basis. Let's see where the relationship is headed. And this can be for a male or female. So it makes no difference if you're a female dating a male, male dating a female, female dating a female, male dating a male, does not matter. So it's about the love connection, not about the gender. Okay, so it is open for all because love is love, and that's all we're concerned with here. Okay, so interesting. All right, this looks pretty good here. All right, so for those of you who've chosen set of cards number 1, this is showing me a really good relationship. This says you have a really nice base, a really nice connection. It's showing me a strong connection that's headed in a great direction. Like right off the bat, I can say that those of you who've chosen set of cards 1 here, most of you should find yourselves in a love connection or a relationship that is headed towards full commitment. Now that can translate to living together. It can translate to actually getting married. But the relationship, if you don't desire to be married, the relationship will kind of act like a marriage. So this is headed towards a full long-term commitment. This is a lovely, beautiful thing here. This is showing me a couple who blend really well. You get along really well. You're friends and lovers kind of thing. This is showing me a relationship that gels, that 2 people who trust each other and feel like they have each other's back. So this is really, really quite lovely. I can say that it could be that one of you, or both, but at least one of you probably is either in school for something or considering going to school for something. And if so, If you're considering it, or your partner is considering it, that's something that they probably should pursue, because that looks like it would turn out really well, and be a great life choice and career path. It would be enriching and definitely end up being lucrative. Now, it can be also that one of you are involved in the legal field. Could be one or both. You could be in school to be a lawyer, or anything in that. It doesn't have to be a lawyer. It can be a court officer. It can be, a paralegal, a legal secretary. It can be all, there's so many different avenues in the area of law. And it doesn't have to be. It's just a great possibility here. This can also be translated as one of you or both of you may actually be waiting for a divorce to finalize. That's another way that this can be interpreted, for sure. And if so, this is saying that the divorce will come through and be finalized. All will go well, and then you'll be able to fully go forward with your partner that you're currently with, that you're wanting to have full, the full go ahead to be together, full clearance, so to speak, and have just a fresh, clean road ahead, with no obstacles or ties holding you back. So there has been a little bit of patience, meaning in timing, as far as timing goes. But this looks like things are going to start picking up speed with this relationship. So I'm going to say, if this is someone that you've dated, let's say on and off, this looks like it's going to come back to the on position, and things are going to heat up in a good way and start kind of cooking and going much faster. I've got the hours of love here, so things are going to start speeding up. I love when I have speed. I love speed. So things are going to start going faster, and 100% headed in the direction of full committed relationship. Now, again, I'm going to stress, if you would like to be married, if that's something you want, that is 100% a possibility here. It will most likely go that way. We've got gorgeous marriage card here, and we've got the wish genie granting your wish. So if that is something that you both want, that is something that is 100% coming and within the realm of possibility, and will most likely be where you end up with this relationship. It looks to me like this will only get stronger in a good way. Your bond will get stronger. You'll only continue to get closer. And it's because you've got this wonderful foundation of trust and respect, mutual respect for each other, and a really great friendship. So that's a perfect combination. That is a cocktail for like a delicious drink. So this is going really well. I can also say, male or female, the partner that you're inquiring about may be an earth sign. Regardless if it's male or female, it can be a Capricorn, a Virgo. I'm losing it. The other one, Capricorn, Virgo. Why am I blanking on the other earth sign? Taurus. So sorry, Taurus is out there. Okay, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Not necessarily though, but it is very possible that for many of you, that person is one of those signs. But that could also just be their rising sign, or they may have tendencies of those signs. But in any case, having the representation of the King of Pentacles here is letting us know that one or both of you is headed in the direction of making a very good living. So that's also a wonderful foundation for a committed relationship. At the very least, it looks like this group of people, it looks like that relationship will, you'll at least live together, if not marriage. So it's a full committed relationship with someone who's headed in the direction of having a very good career that's quite lucrative. And so money will flow really to both of you. Whether that's that you're both career minded and you're both doing well and headed in the direction of that, or it can play out where one of you is really the breadwinner and the other one Either work, doesn't work, it really doesn't matter, because then the other person will truly provide for you. So in some cases it can be like that as well. But if that's the case, it's what you both want. It's nothing negative. So if it's the case of, where one of the partners works and the other one doesn't, that's what you both decide on, and that's what you both want. And if you are both working, it doesn't mean that one of you will do great and one of you won't. You both will do great, but it's letting you know that money will not be an issue, and you will have plenty of it. I very strongly feel that somebody either is in school for something or considering either changing careers or expanding upon their career. It could be somebody wants to go for their master's with something. But either way, this is lovely, and this is headed in a beautiful direction. So if you're hoping for a full commitment, for marriage, for living together, for any of that, I can say that this looks like a big fat yes, and this looks like a very long-lasting commitment, where the energy of the relationship stays the same for a very long time. And that's a good thing, because here the energy of this relationship says it's a beautiful one. It's a blessed one. It answers your wishes. You get along beautifully, and there's a lot of love here. So soon it looks like there will be something huge to celebrate. It could be divorce being finalized and you're free to be together and you're rejoicing in that. There's celebrating in that. And or just somebody's getting ready to pop the question and ask you full out to marry them. Or they're ready to get on one knee and present you with a key to their place, or suggesting that you buy a place together, or move to a new home or apartment or this kind of thing together. So either way, it is moving in the right direction. It is moving in a lovely direction, and it's picking up speed, and it's looking like a long-term, loving, beautiful, prosperous, very key, prosperous connection. And this is gorgeous. This is lovely blessings. For those of you who've chosen set of cards 1, hang in there, keep the faith there, because you've invested in the right person, and this person does love you very much, and it looks like it's very mutual, and it's a good match, and it looks like this will lead to a long-term, committed, beautiful, loving relationship. So congrats, this is wonderful. Let's grab your final card. So these are healing angel cards, guardian angel cards. Look at how gorgeous. I just want to show you the artwork on these cards. So beautiful. Okay, manifestation. Wow. This says, believe in yourself, trust your instincts, and follow your heart. For in doing so, you shall manifest all your heart's desires. The life you have for so long aspired to create will soon manifest. That is powerful. Let's just hold that up. That is beautiful. Manifestation. So keep those affirmations going, and keep the faith, and keep believing, keep manifesting, keep voicing your positive affirmations and your positive prayers, your affirmative prayers, because you're going to get your wish. This is a beautiful, beautiful set of cards for you guys. So congrats and blessings to everybody. How wonderful. All right, we are going to move on to set of cards number 2, everyone. So let's just do that. Grab set of cards number 2. Okay, so stick that emerald there. Okay, so for set of cards number 2, let's see what we've got. It's talking about a relationship that you are currently in, or something that has been on again, off again. Asking where that stands and where it's going, and what we can expect coming up from this relationship. Okay, wow. All right. It's a little complicated. All right, let's see here. So right off the bat, this looks like we've got a situation here where it's a bit of a roller coaster. This looks to me a bit up and down. It looks like you may be, this looks definitely like an on again, off again kind of thing. Unfortunately, it looks like there's a lot of arguing when you are together. Maybe a lot of not seeing eye to eye, little bit of secrecy. It could be dealing with a jealous person. Something else I get is, so I'm picking up like a very guarded person. Probably has some baggage, but I hate to say that because who doesn't? We all have baggage. But when I say that, I mean it could be somebody that really struggles to deal with their issues from the past or their baggage. I'm also seeing one thing that could be an issue is it looks to me like one of you may make more money than the other or have access to more money than the other, which creates an imbalance. I mean, this looks, we've got literally like a stark contrast here. It's like one partner either having a very good job or a very good career and making great money and living comfortably, and the other one definitely struggling with money, definitely not having much money and not making a very good living, and things are a struggle. So that creates a huge imbalance. And it's, it's a difficult thing, especially, honestly, in any type of relationship. But if it's, let's say the female is the one who makes more money and you're with a male partner, a lot of times males feel very emasculated by that. It's just that kind of old school, mentality. But honestly, it plays out no matter who's the male or who's the female and who's the, even if it's same-sex relationship. One partner doing well and making a lot more than the other, it definitely creates an imbalance that's a little bit hard to deal with. So that to me looks like there's an element of that here for those of you who've chosen set of cards number 2. Another issue that looks like could be a little bit standing in your way of this relationship flourishing or really going forward, children can be an issue. So that, again, now this can play out where maybe you have a child or more than one child and they either don't want any children or they have children of their own and your children, the families don't mesh kind of thing. It can also be maybe this person wants a child with you and you don't want any more children. Or vice versa. Maybe you want a child, you don't have any, and they already have children and they don't want any more. Or they don't have any kids and they don't want any. There is an issue around children. And or it can be that, one or both of you have children and one of you does not have enough really to provide. So then becoming a blended family, or even if you personally don't have kids, but you are another person then, in the unit. And one of you feels like it's another person to provide for. So that definitely looks like it can be an issue for some of you as well. So there's a bunch of things here. There's a bunch of things that are concerning. Now, does that mean that this can't work completely? I mean, it doesn't. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't look great. What it's telling me is that it's a little problematic. I mean, and that it looks like to me that you've tried and it hasn't worked, but then you've come back together. So there is a strong connection between the two of you, and a strong attraction, as probably some karma playing out as well, to be honest. But it looks like quite often it does not work out, and definitely not for the best. Let's try to hold on. Let's try to expand a little bit. Let's see if we can get a little bit more on, where can we go from here, or should you just not put your energy here anymore? Let's see what they have to say. Oops. Well, when they fall out, they got to come out. Oh, wow. All right. That's interesting. Okay. Let's see here. Interesting. Okay. Okay, well, all right. This is saying to me that there is hope, so all is not lost here. But it says it to me in two different ways, so let me put it this way. It's saying to me that, is it possible that this can work out? Yes, believe it or not. It's saying that if this person that you're involved with, this partner, if they can focus and really sort of get their act together, so to speak, they may choose to go to school for something. They may choose to switch careers. They may choose to embark on a new, it doesn't have to be schooling in terms of college. It can be a trade program or something, a certificate program kind of thing. But there is something that can be done on their part. It can't come from you. Let me just stress that. You can't fix them and you can't make them do anything. But this is saying that there may come a time not too far off where they will decide to try to do something about how they're feeling in terms of that they're feeling inadequate, which causes a lot of the arguments. Inadequate in terms of, mostly it's in terms of money or career kind of thing, or their ability to provide. It might not be that you have this amazing career and they don't. It could just be that they don't have really the means to provide a good, comfortable life, and that disturbs them, that bothers them, and they feel like they should be able to provide that, and if they can't, then they don't feel worthy. And again, that's on them. It's their own thing, and you can't really, it doesn't matter how much you try to love them through it. A person has to come to believe in themselves and have confidence in themselves on their own. They have to love themselves on their own first. So this person, though, may surprise you in terms of, which I'm surprised it's coming up like this, but they may surprise you and put in the effort that they need to put in to make some shifts and changes in their life, and then things would kind of shift and turn in a more positive direction. And then it is possible that you could actually wind up together or in a committed relationship going forward. Because we do have this wish genie here. So if that is your wish to have things work out with this person, it is possible. I'm not going to say it's not. It definitely is. But you have to allow them the time and the space to get there. Because as of right now, if we look back to these original cards, this person that you're involved with is not ready and is struggling with a lot of things. They're struggling with money. They're struggling with emotion. They're struggling with trust issues. I'm not sure if they don't trust you or they just don't trust people in general. So this person is struggling with a lot of things, a lot of issues. Kids are also an issue. I'm just not sure. It can be in so many different ways because this is a general reading, so you'd have to apply that to your own life. But like I said, it can be you both have kids and it's a lot and a little bit difficult to commingle, or it can be that one of you has, one of you doesn't, one of you wants them, one of you doesn't, etc. There's a lot of different ways that can play out, but children add a little bit of a burden to this. Now, that doesn't mean, of course, children are beautiful and lovely, don't get me wrong. So it just means this person needs time to sort all of this out. Should you sit around, waiting for them to sort everything out? I'm not a big believer in that because I'm not a believer in wasting time. But of course, that's up to you. How fast this will go, you cannot push the river. I have a good friend who says that all the time. So don't try to push the river because you can't. So how fast it's going to go is really, honestly, depends on you giving the person the space to try to do them. You know what I mean? Like you say to them, okay, you go and do you. And, if I wouldn't hang on every minute. You know, I would, if you guys are currently involved, then try to like take the pressure off. You know, you can stay involved and see each other, but try to take the pressure off of this person. Try to take the pressure cooker type of situation and scale that back so that they don't feel so pressured. Because when people are pressured, they just in general don't respond well, and it doesn't really work out well. I will say that there's, you know, so we can have a situation where this person steps up, they get it together, and are able to create more abundance with their finances, and also create a better life for themselves, and then they will feel that they have something more to give to you, and be able to provide for you. Another option, though, another scenario is that there may be someone else that comes around, that's of interest, that takes interest in you. I'm not sure that you're going to go for that, but because I think you really care for this person that you're inquiring about here. And there is a very good chance that, like I said, this person can turn things around. So I would say, my best advice here would say, give it time, give it space. You know, be patient, be gentle with the situation, and, you know, use your own, you know, manifestation and your own affirmations. But remember, you can't control other people. You can only manifest for yourself. So give this person a little bit of elbow room and a little bit of time and space, and I would see what happens from there. It's worth taking a look at again in the future. You know, when you feel it come up again, don't look again tomorrow or the next day. Obviously, not much is going to shift and change. Give it a little bit of time, you know, check back, you know, and see where things are at. Check in with yourself, check in with your partner or this person that you're interested in. But give it a little bit of time, I think, is my best advice here, because it is possible. It's rare that I see this. Usually when the things are kind of slanting super negative like this was here, and then I tried to expand on it, usually it keeps going in that direction. It's very interesting that this is saying with a little bit of patience, and faith and time, it could actually work out for what you're hoping and wishing for. So I'm quite surprised by that, but it does happen, and I have to go with what the angels and spirit guides direct me to. And psychically, I do feel for many of you this could very well turn out that way. So I do pick up the energy is not conflicting. Sometimes the cards will say one thing and psychically you pick up something else. But here I do agree, although it looks like such a stark contrast, it is very, very possible. So remember, when you're praying or doing affirmations or trying to manifest, just bear in mind that you can't control other people. So make sure to, you know, say things like, you know, for the highest and best of all concern, if we're meant to be together, thank you for letting it all work out. I'm so happy that I'm with the best person for me. Try not to put that person's name on it, because, like I said, you don't want to force anything. Everybody has their own free will. So, you know, you can't try to manipulate what that person wants for themselves. If you have faith, everything should work out for the highest and best of both of you. Okay, let's see here, your final card. Oh, wow. Patience. Let me just get, yeah, there we go. Patience. Okay, patience is required at the moment. You may feel that things are not moving as fast as you would like, yet there is a lot going on energetically. The current situation causing concern is evolving positively. Wow. Let go and have patience. You will eventually realize that this whole event was in fact a blessing. All is perfect as it is. Trust, you are eternally loved and guided. Oh my gosh, that is amazing to me, because I have no idea what the cards are going to be, nor do, I mean, you know, when I expand, like I said, it's like this is right in line with the expansion cards. That's why I use a different deck to show you that it really is different, and I try to shuffle in front of you. So the angels are truly giving the thumbs up to what we just said here. They're telling you patience, some elbow room, some space, some time, stay positive, communicate with the angels, you know, do your affirmations, and it can work out. It can work out. So I wish you all good luck, and I hope that it does. And yeah, all right. All right, good luck. Set of cards number 2. And let's move on now to set of cards number 3. All right, let's take this. Just get this out of the way. I need a quicker way to get to my pile of cards. Okay, here we go. So for set of cards number 3, I want to remind everybody again to subscribe and like and share, please. It will enable me to keep doing these because I love doing it. I want to be able to do this for all of you. All right, set of cards number 3. Let's see what we've got for you guys. Okay, wow, interesting. All right. All right, set of cards number 3. Let me look at this for a second. Okay, well, interesting. All right. It looks to me, this is quite interesting. It looks to me like we've got 2 potential situations here. It looks to me like, okay, I see someone that you're involved with, either currently or on and off kind of thing. But this is also looking like there's the possibility, very strong possibility, that we have somebody else coming in as well. That looks like it's going to happen kind of quickly. And you're going to not be able to just brush that off. This looks like you'll end up having a decision to make on whether, which person you would like to be with. Now, I want to say that this is showing me that both suitors, let's say, both contenders are, they're good contenders, except for it seems like maybe the one that you're currently involved with or have been involved with, I want to say, it's possible that you've been starting to feel a little slightly indifferent, which is, you know, not a good thing to feel that way. Now, I want to make sure to clarify, there's nothing wrong with this person. This is actually a very positive layout here. So it's not showing me that it's not because of fighting or arguing or anything like that. It's just saying that it's, while I think that those of you who've chosen set of cards number 3, it might be a little bit of the scenario where you feel like you should be crazy about them because on paper, let's say this person is sort of perfect for you. And they seem kind of perfect in every way, or they're a really good person and they check all the boxes, let's say, and they should be a great partner. But it feels like maybe for many of you, there's a little something missing and maybe you're not quite sure exactly what it is. I feel like it's a little bit maybe of a connection thing where they're lovely, that person is lovely, and you get along, you know, well enough. So like I said, everything checks the boxes and everything kind of is good. It's just maybe slightly boring, for lack of a better word. Or it doesn't have to be boring. It can just be that it's just a little bit, you know, there's not as much of a spark as you like or as you kind of need. And there's nothing wrong with that. That happens. Really nothing wrong with it. It feels like there's a really good friendship there, but you might be trying to not make a shoe fit, but you might be trying to sort of accept the relationship, and that really should just be a friendship. I think for the other person, I think they're pretty crazy about you. This really looks more like you're like on the fence and a little bit like you feel guilty, that you feel kind of like, I don't know. And there's nothing wrong with it. But I could see why you would feel a little bad or guilty about that. but you shouldn't. What you should do is know that this is letting you know that there's somebody else coming in. So I don't think that this first person that you were, let's say, asking about, or that you're currently involved in or have been on and off kind of thing, or just casually dating kind of thing, I feel like they're going to want more with you, but I'm not sure that you're going to want to go there. And there's somebody new coming in that I don't think you've met them yet, or you might have just met them. But this is showing another person sort of, on the court, sort of, somebody else on the playing field here that comes into play and really is interested in you very much. And there seems to be much more of a spark with that person. I also want to say, with the second person coming in, it feels like not only is there more of a spark, but it feels like there's a little bit more of a soul connection as well. So we have a little bit more of feeling more spiritually connected. Now, you don't have to be religious, you don't have to even be spiritual, but there's just a sense when two people kind of click and are like-minded in the things that they, let's say, like to talk about, or the things that excite them or set them on fire kind of thing. And I feel like this second person coming in, this second choice, let's say, that person kind of just clicks and gels with you in that way more, much more. And I think that what this is saying here is you should trust your gut on that. Go with the person that you feel a spark, because relationships are hard enough. And yes, it's very important that you get along well and that you like and trust and respect each other. And a friendship is a great foundation. It is a good thing to have your partner be like, a good friend or a best friend kind of thing. While that's extremely important, honestly, if you don't have a spark in the beginning and you're kind of talking yourself into something, it's never going to last. So, because we all just need that, and kind of human nature, we crave that connection and that intensity. So, and the spark and the fire. Everybody wants electricity, I mean, I shouldn't say everybody. Maybe there's some people out there that they want just stability, but I don't think that those of you who've chosen set of cards 3 feel like it wouldn't come up this way if that's what you wanted. If you want stability and I'm wrong and you don't want a spark, then go with person number 1. But I think most of you are feeling a little indifferent, and you like the person, you respect them, you care about them, but you're not very much feeling like in love kind of thing. And for some of you, you might feel like, have you ever even really been in love? I think for some of you, there's that question. Not all, but for some of you that have chosen this pile. So here, this is saying, with the suitor number 2, and again, male or female, doesn't matter. With suitor number 2, you're feeling the spark, you're feeling the energy, and it's electric, and there's more of a soul connection. So you have those components also of the respect and the trust and the friendship, but with that added all too important element of the spark and the fire and the connection. It's like, baking a cake or something. You can make versions of a cake that are sugar-free or gluten-free, or, because everybody has, not everybody, but people have allergies and things, or diabetes, or etc. So, but the cake, in my humble opinion, is the cake going to taste, which cake is going to taste the best? The original recipe for cake that's like, with flour and butter and eggs and sugar. Yeah, all of the things that, are a little bit bad for us. But that's going to be a moist, delicious, yummy tasting cake. When you start omitting things like the sugar or the gluten, is it still a cake? Yes. Could it still satisfy your craving? Maybe. But for most of us, if we just have the real thing, then we wouldn't have such a craving issue going on. I think that, the message here for you is you need all the components. If you start removing things, then it becomes you're settling. and you shouldn't sell yourself short. And a love relationship, which should never be, I don't like to hear the word settle in a love relationship. You know, there's settle down, that's different. But to settle for someone is not just unfair to you, it's unfair to the other person, because they are someone else's perfect partner. Someone else could be crazy about them just the way that they are. Okay, let's expand a little bit, let's expand a little bit for person number 2. Let's see, because this looks to me like they're saying person number 2, a card fell out. This looks like they're saying person number 2, oh, we have cards falling everywhere, that they are kind of, you know, perfect for you and in every way, and that person number 2 might be the person that you end up in a full committed, possibly even marriage relationship, you know, that it heads that way. And I'm getting strongly they're pointing to person number 2, and that you should follow your feelings and follow your heart, and don't feel bad, because, you know, we can't help who we love, and you have to be true and be honest to your feelings. So let's just expand a little bit and see if I can get a little bit. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, so this looks to me very much so like the angels and spirit guides here are saying that there looks like a new person coming in and a new beginning with that person, and that the person that you will be leaving behind, so to speak, it's really not a negative thing. You can't get caught up in guilt. Now, there might be a lot of guilt about it, because, like I said in the beginning, I feel for many of you that this first person, we're going to call that person suitor number 1. Again, no difference if it's male or female. I'm just going with that word. Suitor number 1 is crazy about you, I think. They're, like I said, perfect for you on paper. And they're a really good person. That's a really good person. There's nothing wrong with them. But there's just some kind of spark missing, and some level of connection that's missing. So this looks like you are going to break away from that person, because someone else, suitor number 2, is going to come in, and that person is going to be really hard to resist, because there's going to be all cylinders firing. There's going to be a connection on every level, and that connection is going to be super strong. The spark is strong, the electricity is strong, and when you combine that with the friendship and the loyalty and the trust and the respect, that's like, no one can compete with that. So it is showing me, this is saying that you are going to break away from suitor number 1, and you are most likely choosing suitor number 2. The negativity here is just that for you, don't get caught up in the guilt of it. You are going to feel bad, because yes, will suitor number 1 be upset and sad? Yes. Will they be hurt? Sure. Temporarily, yes, they will be. They'll be hurt. They'll be sad. But you can't stay with someone because you don't want to hurt them and you don't want them to be sad. It stinks. It really does. It's never fun. It's not an easy thing. But with a little bit of time, they'll be fine. And so will you. Don't get stuck. This is just letting you know there's a little bit of not a warning, but like a caution. Don't get stuck in the past. Don't get stuck in, that you will have hurt this person by letting them go. And also, if this has come up before, either if someone did this to you maybe in the past, and so it's breaking your heart to do it to somebody else. Maybe somebody left you in the past, cheated on you, hurt you. Maybe you weren't the one for them, and they thought you were great and lovely, but they're like, I'm sorry, I just don't feel it, for you, kind of thing. It can be that this scenario has happened to you in the past, and now you feel horrid about doing it to somebody else. But it's, again, you would be doing this person a disservice by staying with them. You would be doing them much more harm than good, as well as doing harm to yourself, because you can't tie yourself to someone that you're not in love with. It's just not how love works. So with a little bit of time and patience, that person will heal and be okay. And remember, it's part of their life journey. It's part of what they're supposed to go through. And same with you. It's a lesson for you. So you have to have faith in that and choose joy. This is saying you're meeting someone here that's going to be great, that's going to be perfect for you and make you happy and make you feel that spark and that electricity and that connection. So let's just, it's saying, like, don't worry. Yes, it'll be messy for a minute. That's it. It'll be messy for a few minutes, and then that will pass, and that person, suitor number one, will find the person that wants to be with them, that's perfect for them, and they will find their own happiness, and they will be okay. And you won't be able to deny it, because you will have such a strong connection with suitor number two. You'll be really happy with them, and that relationship will 100% lead to a committed, full-time, loving, connected, committed relationship. Most probably will lead to marriage if that's something you want. If you want to be married, you will marry suitor number two. Or you will just move in together kind of thing, or you will just be committed. But it will be a loving, trusting relationship with suitor number two. And that person is confident in themselves. They make a good living. Everything works. There isn't an imbalance in any way with this suitor number two. So on paper, they're great as well. There's a beautiful getting along with that person, but more importantly, you have that spark that's not going to go away. And it's just a really important ingredient. In general, it is, but for those of you who've chosen set of cards number 3, for you guys, it's super important. You guys and gals. It's super, super important, so don't ignore it. Don't ignore your feelings. Trust your feelings. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to choose love and choose the spark. Choose the right person for you. Don't procrastinate because you don't want to hurt someone else's feelings. They will move on, and they will be okay, and they will find the right person for them. All right, let's look at your final angel card. Oh, expression. Okay, expression. Let's see here. Express how you feel clearly, lovingly, and honestly without fear or judgment. Wow. Say it exactly like it is. All will be resolved when you express to others how you truly feel. Trust in the power of life to guide you and heal all concerned. Self-expression is liberating and healing. Wow, everybody. Wow, set of cards 3. I love, love, love this. I love that the angels show that they're listening and that it connects. I'm always petrified, like, oh boy, what if they don't, what if it's a contrasting message? But if it was, then I would just go with what the angels say and try to interpret. So I'm so happy this is spot on of exactly what the message is here. The angels are telling you, don't be afraid, express yourself, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Follow your heart. And don't stay with someone that you don't feel 100% in love with, because they deserve better and you deserve better. And clearly, there is someone so much better coming for you. There is this beautiful love relationship coming. Suitor number 2 is either already arrived or on the way. And suitor number 2 is your match. And that will be a full-time, blessed, beautiful, loving commitment, most probably even marriage. So congratulations, set of cards number 3. Hang in there. Don't forget to express yourself. Honor yourself. Be true to yourself. And choose wisely. Choose the right person for you. Choose with your heart. Choose happiness. All right, I hope that this was helpful. I hope you liked it. And again, if you could please subscribe and like and share. Remember to hit that bell to be notified when I put up new readings, so I can keep doing these for you. Well, I wish you blessings, and I hope everyone goes out there and manifests their happiness. Keep manifesting, keep praying, and have a blessed, blessed day. Thank you, everyone. Ciao for now.